It's Too Many Men on the Mic, presented by Vantage Credit Union, a NetFront LLC production. Now here's Coach Drew and Coach Jared.
It is the August 27th episode of Too Many Men on the Mic, and since it's August 27th, it is going to be the last episode in the month of August. So you know what that means. It means September's right around the corner. What's in September? Preseason hockey. We're right on the cusp. I can taste it. I can smell it. It's right in front of us. And so this is not going to be a show about predictions. Maybe we'll do that a couple weeks down the road. But I mean, we're right here. I mean, it's Labor Day is upon us very soon. And right on the backside of that, we'll be talking about hockey.
College football in the air.
Absolutely. College football.
Fantasy
in the air.
Football drafts.
I've been watching preseason football. I'll take it because that time between when the NHL playoffs are over and football hasn't started yet. Man, those are the dog days of summer for me.
I think I might have mentioned this. I tried to go watch a baseball game and didn't know the rules anymore. Apparently, you put a person on second base in extra innings, and apparently you can challenge balls and strikes. I'm a little tongue in cheek here. I wonder what our producer Grant thinks about all that. But what a summer it's been. Had a little bit of a mild few weeks here. For August, a little rain, little 65-degree morning. Right. I would say frost on the pumpkins, but
I think Grant's here to insert himself in to offer a baseball perspective.
Yeah,
you got something there, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, how do you? I can't even watch it anymore. It's not the same game I grew up with, man.
Oh,
can Grant even hear us? He's frozen.
Oh, he's frozen.
Ah, man. Well,
all right. Well,
we'll let's get Grant off the screen here, just because he's frozen. He can come back once he's back on. I'm excited. We had team pictures last night for my 11U Eagles team.
Nice.
Shout out to Tom Paul and the crew there. They do a great job of directing traffic.
Yep.
It was kind of nostalgic for me walking into the darkened rink at Afton. My first year, my son hasn't had his pictures taken there for his teams, and I was a little misty. And then I realized I see all these little guys running around in their new uniforms and their new jerseys, and I was like, big old smiles, and I was like, this is what it's all about.
There you go.
Hey, there he is.
There you go. He's back. He was thinking about what he was going to say.
Mom and Dad didn't pay the bill?
That's embarrassing because right before this, Jared said, hey, as long as your Wi-Fi is good, I don't care what your background looks like. And I thought the Wi-Fi was good. See, I have a 2 little monitor setup here. So I have them both open. So it was a quick transition from one laptop to the other. So we're good.
There you go. All right.
Nice. Well, did you have a baseball piece you wanted to put out there as we were talking about?
Oh, I was going to say they made a boring game quicker and more fun. So
that should be, yeah. Right, well, maybe I need to go to a baseball game.
Yeah. I mean, the Cardinals were fun. Not as much anymore, but they were.
Yeah. Well, what we're going to do is this week is build on last week. You may recall that there was the two of us out in a uneven concrete surface attempting
stupid hockey tricks
attempting to play pickleball. And we're going to roll that forward. This week we have Ryan Leslie, and Ryan Leslie is with the Padel and Pickle Club here in the St. Louis area. And he's going to tell us all the great things about how not only pickleball, but also Padel can help you as a hockey player with your off-ice development. So, Grant, let's bring Ryan in and get smarter on pickleball and Padel. Oh, I love the backdrop, Ryan. That's great. I like how you put that in. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I saw you guys messing around with your backdrops, and I figured I'd give it a shot. And then I was blurred out, and I figured, hey, let's see what we can show of Padel and pickleball. But hopefully my Wi-Fi connection stays uptight, and we're here, because otherwise I'll be where that backdrop is, putting out fires.
So So last week, you may not have seen it. If you have, go to our Instagram or YouTube feed. But somebody had the great idea to put rollerblades and hockey equipment on, along with gloves, and play pickleball in a very cracked and old asphalt parking lot. And we were plus 50 in age.
Neither one of us got hurt.
No, thankfully, neither one of us got hurt. But, one of the things I think really since one of the first, episodes we had youth hockey players on as guests, pickleball has come up as a sport that a lot of our youth hockey players that we're coaching or we have come to know are playing. And we're just excited to talk about pickleball, about the genesis of your location and how, maybe we can, connect the dots and what hockey players of all ages can get out of playing a great game of pickleball.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Hope I can drop some knowledge and some information that is beneficial to different ages, different people, because we got some hockey players in here that play. So let's get into it.
Well, I love that. And so we're going to touch on that here in a little bit, but help our listeners understand, Ryan, how'd you get involved in Padel and pickleball, and what made you want to bring the club to life, and then how'd you end up with ex-NHL hockey guys walking through your doors?
Yeah, absolutely. So our club is in the center of it all, which is in Olivet, right here off of Olive and North Price Road. We are a club that originated actually from squash. The owners and the partnership group, we came together and we said, we're all squash guys. We all played professional squash for a little bit, did some squash coaching, and just kind of came around and said, this Padel thing is the new sport. And obviously pickleball has been there. Pickleball hit its peak and it skyrocketed during COVID, which, go back to 2020, and pickleball was just booming because you were 6 feet apart. And then, other than touching the ball, but B, you could set up a net. You could go to Target or Amazon and you could get a ball and a paddle for $20, and it was inexpensive and accessible. So those things kind of create what it is. And you also don't need to be extremely athletic to do so. And that kind of, we know what pickleball is. We know what took off. A lot of some of our group that put the club together are international. So we've got a couple from the UK, some Spain, and just kind of saw that Padel is this new craze sport. Padel has been existing, and it's interesting for us. The hardest part is that our name is Padel plus Pickle, and people think, oh, I play pickleball with a pickleball paddle. So they think it's just a pickleball club. But Padel itself is a completely different sport. Padel is probably one of the world's fastest growing sports, along that with pickleball. But Padel has been predominantly South American and European. So you kind of be surprised, like Sweden has the number one amount of courts per capita throughout the world. It's also huge in Spain and Colombia, South America, all these different places. And now the U.S. has taken, obviously, someone else did it, so we're going to take it over and do it better. So the sport of Padel since 2022 has grown nearly 2,000% in terms of courts and players in the last 3 years, just nonstop growing and growing. When we started back in 2024, we had 6 Padel courts. There were under 600 courts in the United States. So we had 1% of all the courts in the United States. And now you're sitting over 1,000, nearly 1,500 courts of Padel throughout the United States. So we just said, hey, let's come together. Let's put the two sports together. Obviously, pickleball is well known. We want to grow Padel. Let's try to use the pickleball to subsidize and promote the Padel. Let's get people in. And then thus became the really great community that we have here. And it's a complete melting pot, if you will, of not necessarily all different types of people, classes, genders, ethnicities, all that kind of thing, but predominantly just a melting pot of sports. We've got people that have only played pickleball. They were pickleball players. Otherwise, you're getting squash, racquetball, tennis, platform tennis, some that just only had played Padel. So our club is kind of a melting pot of all of those sports put together to come out and play Padel and pickle.
correct me if I'm wrong, but Padel plays with a kind of a paddle with holes in it, and then you've almost got like a tennis ball, correct?
Correct. Yeah, and you can kind of see here, I'm on my screen. The blue court is the Padel court, and then the orange is the pickleball. And so the Padel is played with a paddle that's like if you think about a tennis racket, but you don't have any strings, and the inside is made of foam and carbon.
Gotcha.
And you put that together, and then the ball itself is very much like a tennis ball. It's just depressurized because it bounces off the glass. So the ball is the way that the ball bounces, it can bounce off, and the grass is synthetic turf. So you're not hitting off of clay or a hard court or grass, if you will. It bounces off the turf. So the paddles, the turf, the glass, and the balls are all kind of made specifically to play Padel. If you brought a tennis ball out, it would go way too fast. It'd be like a bouncy ball on the court, and kind of vice versa. If you brought a Padel ball out to a tennis court, it would feel like a really, really dead ball trying to play tennis.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, they're completely different sports. They're not the same, and they're played on two different types of courts as well. So.
Yeah. So, what is so the ex-NHL guys are walking through your doors? What's from your view? What's the attraction for those guys?
Yeah. So those guys, those guys are just competitive. We started kind of with one of our members is a real big supporter and lifelong fan of the Blues. He was one of our members, and he started bringing over kind of some of these guys to play, and one of them was Robert Bortuzzo, former Stanley Cup champion with the Blues, who's now officially retired, and he started playing and started loving it. And next thing you know, their season finished. What did we finish? April? Was that when the Blues kind of finished?
Unfortunately.
Right. So then in May, Robert kind of brings the guys out, says, "All right, season's done. We're all competitive. We need something to do. We don't want to be on the ice anymore because we just did it for 7 straight months." And next thing you know, we had almost all 6 of our courts had all different Blues players. Pretty much the team itself came out. They got to play, and then the beauty of it is the sport itself is just addicting. Once you play it, it's so much fun. Padel itself is like, I describe it to people that you're like a kid. You're like a kid in your basement when you just made up a game with a ball and the wall. And that's kind of how I describe Padel. And no 2 games are the same. No 2 sets are the same. No 2 points are the same. And there's just so much to learn and so much strategy. And I think for those guys, it's just an open court, open field, open rink, if you will, to just be experimental, have fun, and be competitive all in the same area.
Well, let's talk about that, because we talk about like pickleball and tennis, for instance, where you get this great lateral movement. But it feels like Padel is almost a 360-degree game, especially when you bring in the walls as boundaries. What are some things that hockey players or young athletes are going to get out by, both physically and mentally from playing this sport?
Yeah, so I think specifically mentally, it just goes to show, like I describe it as the Padel court itself, the pickleball court itself. The court itself is played on the 5 inches between your ears. And I think, and that can be related to golf, hockey, whatever it is, as long as you can keep those 5 inches in between your ears, the ball on the court, you can play pretty well. But for these guys, even watching, I played a lot with Colton Parayko and Robert Thomas, and these guys are out here and they're learning the walls. They're trying to figure out, some of them use it like a pat, like you guys use the board to pass a puck, you'll use that. You can use the glass to bounce the ball off the wall to keep it in play. It's a perfect synergy of racquetball and tennis put together. So there's a lot of jumping. There's a lot of lateral movement. There's a lot of communication, especially too, because it's played as doubles. So the best part is you're playing with a partner. Hockey, I guess unless if you're in a shootout, you're never alone, right? You're always on a team. You're always with your partner. You're always playing. So in terms of chemistry, it's just a great social game. The points last 70% longer than that of a standard tennis point, just because the ball stays in, bounces off the walls. But there's a ridiculous amount of lateral movement, split steps. We call them the quick twitch muscles that you got to use. If Coach Jared rips a ball super hard at me, I got to get out of the way to make sure that the ball can bounce off the wall. Then I got to go track the ball down. So you're really just not stationary. And I think with in relation to hockey, you guys, there's only one guy that's really stationary, and he's also he's not really supposed to be stationary when the puck's coming down his way, right? So that's kind of like the beauty of it. You're always moving. The feet are always on the prowl, and the quick twitch, like you just got to be ready to react. It's great for reaction time. It's great for movement, and just overall hand-eye coordination. Ball meets paddle, puck meets stick, those types of things. And I think it's just been a great way that these hockey guys have just learned the same use. You don't want to hit the ball too hard. You don't want to hit that slap shot too hard, that kind of thing, because you don't need it to win as long as you hit the right shot.
What do you think? What have you seen? What's been your observation on what translates for these hockey guys over to padel and pickleball? Is it hand-eye coordination? You talked a little bit just a minute ago about footwork. What do you see that in terms of them grasping these sports quickly?
I think honestly, it's easy to say. I can easily say hand-eye coordination. We can say footwork. We can say competitiveness. But for me, I really think the number one thing that I see in relation is I would use the word control. So Colton Parayko is 6'6". If I hit a bad lob to this guy, he can smash it hard at me anytime that he wants. But with the game itself, I actually have even said this to Colton. I'm like, hey, dude, you don't necessarily need to, just because you're there, you don't need to hit the ball super, super hard, because you might hit it super hard and I can get that rebound. And then next thing you know, you went from offense to defense like that. So for you, what you got to learn is how to control that shot. How do you control that ball? Do I hit it with extra power to make sure I win the point, or just because I'm on the offense, I can actually set up a better shot to make myself have a winning, area. So for them, I think it's been same thing with, like, if I'm trying to hit a drop shot, if I'm trying to make make my opponent move, the word control comes to mind, because with these guys, it comes off hard, they play hard. But sometimes that cross ice pass doesn't need to be extremely hard. And sometimes there might be a pass across the ice or a pass up the rink that is actually better for you in terms of setting up the winning shot versus actually trying to go for it too quickly when that might be out of your control. So with these guys,
look at Ryan. I
think Ryan wants a job as our video coach. And break down the video. You know what I loved earlier when you talked about being able to move with track the ball, watch it come off the back wall potentially. These are all concepts that we teach in hockey. We teach what's called tracking, where players have to watch, they've got to be watching the play, tracking where the puck is, getting back and back checking. That one's for you, Coach.
Scanning.
Scanning, making sure that you're scanning the ice, for both keeping yourself safe, doing what we call shoulder checking, but also scanning and trying to see, okay, not only where is the puck, but where do I need to be when I'm not playing with the puck on my stick. Feels like there's a lot of, while not exact replication of that, the observation, and I love the 5 inches between your ears, playing with that muscle first. So feels to me like this is a great, an even better match than maybe pickleball or tennis.
Sounds like we need to play it.
I think so.
Absolutely. Once you get out here, and it's funny that you mentioned that, because we do have this drill that we teach to our members and players at the club. Specifically,
we're going to do a drill draw.
Yeah. We call it the tether drill, and you kind of like tie a string around your waist, and there's a specific length between that, and it would be like you, Drew, and Jared would have the string between you, and if Jared runs up there, then Drew also needs to run up there, because you need to work in tandem with your partner. And if Drew runs up but Jared stays back, it shows that you guys are off on your coordination, and Drew might be a sitting duck because he ran up but Drew stayed back, and Jared hit a bad shot. Wow. Drew, that kind of thing. So for us, it's the partner thing is, hey, if I'm moving up to be on offense, you're coming with me, and if I get lobbed, you're coming back to defend with me. And we're always trying to work in unison.
I can foresee us playing this game.
You would want to tie the forwards to the defensemen so they have to go back.
Exactly. We want back checking. So I got to ask, has there been, and you can name names if you want, or you can keep it anonymous. That's fine too. But have you encountered a hockey player that's come in and it's just been like, I'm going to just destroy this. This is going to be a piece of cake. And then has found through playing, maybe they're humbled a little bit. Have you seen that happen with maybe a hockey player coming in?
So not really. I've only seen them where they've acted within each other, and then some real Padel player steps on court and they get humbled real quick. Yeah. They think that they know what they're doing. And I mean, that was kind of the first time when I played with Rob and Colton. If you go out there with four guys, if you go out there with four guys that have never played it before, the four of you are just, bashing the ball around, trying to figure it out. But the moment you get a guy on there that knows how to move you around and lob you and put you in different areas that make you uncomfortable, that's kind of what then they get humbled, and then they ask for the coaching. And and we've had like last week we had the BMW. Akshay Bhatia came in here after his Wednesday practice round. Had played a couple of times. We've had some of the St. Louis City soccer players come in and play it. So not necessarily just hockey, but we've had a couple of, I don't know off the top of my head. Nobody's really come to me and been like, I'm going to beat the, living daylights out of you. But I have seen that within their group, they're just super competitive guys. So they all absolutely. Just, hey, Chance, you're going to go you're going to play with Ryan because you're the worst of the three of us, stuff like that. And then next thing you know, a rivalry forms. And we've got a weekly matchup. So,
well, talk a little bit about. I mean, you're running a 2-sport facility. You're in a very tradition-rich sports town. Obviously, baseball has been a huge cornerstone of youth sports, and obviously all the way to professional sports. Soccer, as you mentioned, is really starting to catch on and is just become such a huge following. And then the Blues, I think, has one of the most rabid fan bases. So how are you marketing, or are you working with other clubs as far as youth sports to say, hey, this is more than just a novelty. We'd love for your kids and for you adults to come out here and instead of joining a bowling league, join a Padel league or join a pickleball league. What's the business side of this been like for you?
Yeah, so for us, we're a member-based social club. So it's not necessarily like a bowling alley where you can just come and book a lane and then book it for an hour.
It's like bocce ball down the hill.
Yeah, and off you go. We're kind of different in that mindset, and we purposely did that as a business when we started. There's a lot of pickleball places in the area that you can play. A lot of indoor courts, a lot of outdoor courts, a lot of former tennis courts turned into pickleball courts. And so for us, we wanted to create a better overall experience, have a higher membership value. We have a gym inside. We have saunas. We have cold plunges. We've got a bar. And so the idea, we have showers, towel service, and we just have extremely knowledgeable staff. So the idea with our place is that being member based, we can say, if you two are members, you guys come up and say, hey, we've got a great idea for a league on, Saturday mornings. We want to run it with singles. Or, hey, here's a great idea for a clinic. We were going to grab, 6 to 8 people. Boom, right off the cuff, we can do that. We can create that. And we curate basically member experiences to make you feel valued as being a member. And you get to walk in and you get to say, oh, I'm a member of the club, or out there you say, I'm a member of Padel and Pickle. You're certainly allowed to come in and play as a non-member. There are higher fees to it. We do restrict people after 4 visits. They pretty much need to buy a day pass if they've reached their 4 visits. During those 4 visits, you'll pay a higher price than a member would. And basically, we're trying to create longevity. We're trying to not necessarily have like that bowling alley analogy that I came up with. We don't want people coming in, renting the paddles, renting the balls, disrespecting the facility, disrespecting the staff and what we give, because that experience just is really off-putting. And we've heard, some stories about that around other clubs. And for us, it's easier to rein it in, hone it in, and create a business model that way. Certainly a lot of struggles with that in the beginning, because if you don't have any members and you're trying to promote a member club, then people are a little appalled at the fact that there are open courts, but you got to be a member to play. So, but now over the 29, 30 months that we've been in business, we're sitting over 900 total members. We got a very good mix of people playing Padel, people playing pickleball, and actually a good combination of people crossing over between the two of them. So you can come on in. I'm the general manager. We have a director of membership and sales. We have a director of rackets who does all the programming for leagues. And again, for leagues, tournaments, clinics, nobody needs to be a member. You can come on in. You can join our head pro, Cliff Marsland. Cliff Marsland is one of 32 professionals in the world that is a 4-star certified rackets coach, which means that he is a certified Padel coach, pickleball coach, platform coach, and tennis coach.
Wow.
So talk about a guy
that's like level 5.
Yeah.
Maybe level 6.
Yeah. So talk about a guy that knows his stuff.
Director of paddle.
Yeah.
That's like a Game of Thrones title.
Yeah. Lately Cliff has he's got junior program. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I believe it's 4:30 to 6. He's got junior pickleball clinics that specifically are targeted to each day is kind of targeted to either a different age group or a different level. And so anybody's able to come on in. And for juniors, those kids, it's $10 a month to be a member if you're under the age of 27. So it's pretty cheap. And you just come in and you just basically get to come in and play with one of the best coaches in my opinion, in the country.
I love it. And you just talked about kids and leagues. And so, our audience, Ryan, consists not only of hockey mom and dads that are out there, coaches, also the players themselves. So talk to our young players that might be out there listening. And let's say you're a 12 to 16-year-old hockey player. What could you say to them that they're going to get out of playing physically? Or what are they going to get out of it physically? What are they going to get out of it mentally by considering a Padel or pickleball league? What can you share with them?
So physically, we've kind of already hit on your hand-eye coordination is a really big one. Your movement and your synergy with your partner, because you can play singles pickleball, but it's predominantly played in doubles. Mentally, what I would definitely say that I've learned myself, even playing pickleball, I was a squash guy. If you know anything about squash or tennis guys, they always poo-poo the pickleball thing. And lately I've been playing a lot of pickleball. I play in our league on Tuesday. And the one thing that I've learned like mentally that was kind of a shell shock to me was the mantra of you might be down, but you're never out. And, for example, yesterday I was in a pickleball in our tournament and I was down, we played a 21 in our leagues and we were down 17-3. And I'm a pretty good player. I'm one of the better ones at the club, but being down 17-3 was quite embarrassing. And I was just completely out. I was completely down. And I was, my partner kind of grabbed me and just picked me up. He said, let's fix these vibes. We ended up losing 21-18, but we did push it to 18 all. And it just completely, changes. And it just goes to show that although you might be down, you're never out. At the end of the day, you still need to play to 21. I'm sure with hockey, I don't know what you guys do at your level, but with hockey, you got to play 20 minutes. The period's 20 minutes long. So you got to play all 20 minutes. You don't get to stop. You're not allowed to stop. And if you do, kind of shame on you. You don't deserve to be out there. So from our standpoint, from the pickleball, it's really quick like that. It's quick points. It's quick changing offense, defense. That's another huge thing that I would harp on. Whether that's you want to quote that in the physical or the mental category. It's real easy to stand there. Anybody can stand at the net and just power the ball down, right? But once somebody puts you a drop shot in and then they come on offense and you're on defense, the offense to defense switches extremely fast, extremely quick. And you got to be able to recognize in both sports for us, Padel and pickleball, they do that as well. They both switch from offense to defense real quick. And the best part is about the knowledge and the mental side is understanding when am I on offense? When I'm on offense, what shots can I hit? Okay, now I'm on defense. What if I'm on defense? What shots are open to me? And what shots am I trying to A, feed into pressure or B, relieve the pressure? And, which one is my higher percentage shot, if you will?
I mean, he's using every term.
You
every term.
just need to be in a nice hockey locker
Offense to
room and
defense,
give you a mic
pressure.
and a coach's jacket. I love it.
Well,
I'll take it.
I think a future stupid hockey trick Grant challenge is we make Grant stand at the net when Colton Frank goes back full tilt. Well, Ryan, thanks for joining us tonight.
I didn't agree to that.
There he is.
Real quick before we say good night here, or say goodbye on the interview, where can our listeners come? What's a website? Where can they come check things out? You have an email address, some contact information. Obviously, we're going to talk about some things with Ladue hockey specifically, but let's get the word out to our audience here, especially those folks in St. Louis.
Sure, absolutely. You can find us online. Our website's pretty simple. It's just padelandpickleclub.com. All one word, PICKLEANDPADELCLUB.com. And that's kind of where you can also reach us if you have any questions. A lot of our information is online. You can find all of our pricing from memberships to standard court fees. That's where you can also access if you want to host a private event. We do a lot of private events here, whether it's team building events, bonding, birthday parties, things of that nature. You can rent the space out, book some courts, and come on and play. If you want to look and access our leagues, clinics, open plays, anything that Cliff might be doing with his programming, that's also all on there under our the play tab on our site. And then from there, if you want to reach us, it's the same. You can reach out to me. For me, it's real easy. My name is Ryan, RYAN, and then it's at padelandpickleclub.com. Or otherwise, you can also reach us on our info at padelandpickleclub.com. And then you can also reach us by phone at 314-887-4283. So that's kind of where we are. And we're also anybody in Ladue, anybody in Olivet, Clayton, St. Charles, Kirkwood. We are located right off of I-70 in Olive, right in kind of where the whole brand new Olive Market is. Where you see all the Target and the Deerbergs and the Costco and everything being built, we're literally just down the road. So anybody's always welcome to come on by, stop on in. You can take a tour, even though if you look at my screen there, that's kind of the facility. You got 8 pickleball courts, 6 padel courts, a bar. We serve beer and wine. We got 4 individual shower locker rooms that's got towel service. We have 2 saunas, 2 cold plunges, and we've got a fitness area where you can get a full workout in. So even if you're not playing padel or pickleball, you can come get in the gym. We've got a lot of people that come in on a Saturday or Sunday, just sit in the sauna or the cold plunge and, decompress. So we're just kind of a nice little place. And our idea is that we're community. That's what we push ourselves on, what we strive on. We got a lot of people. I got guys that met each other here and they were in each other's wedding last summer. So
cool.
That's what we want to do. We want to provide you a high level experience. And we want you to be proud of being a member, just the way that we are proud of the community that we built.
Well, we love what you're doing, Ryan. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. And that is Ryan Leslie with the Padel and Pickle Club. Sounds like a great place to hang out. Yep. And something tells me you're going to see the 3 of us over there.
Absolutely.
Real soon.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, the QR code in the top right-hand corner will take you straight to their website, padelandpickle.com. So go ahead and scan that if you're watching us on YouTube. And again, if you're listening to us where you normally get your podcast, it is Padel, PADELAND, pickleclub.com. Brian, we'll have to have a little chat here. We've got some opportunities I think that might be great for your members with some other sponsors of ours, but looking forward to coming out and seeing you and getting our players out there as well. So you have a great night, and thanks for all you're doing here, growing some new sports and new opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on by, come check us out. And thanks for having me on here. We'll be in touch. And we'll get you guys humbled on the Padel court when you're ready for it.
Well, we got to make everybody else wear rollerblades too.
Yeah, no rollerblades. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good
Thanks,
one.
Brian. Take care.
Too Many Men on the Mic is presented by Vantage Credit Union. This local credit union has something great for hockey players and parents. Vantage is giving away a $100 pure hockey gift card every month. Whether you're eyeing a new stick, replacing your skates, or stocking up on gear, you don't want to miss this. Entering is easy. Just scan the QR code on your screen, or visit vcu.com/hockey to learn more about the drawing and complete the quick entry form. It only takes a minute. While you're there, learn more about Vantage Credit Union. From everyday banking and competitive loan rates to special perks and financial guidance, Vantage is here to help reach your financial goals. They're committed to putting their members first. Scan the QR code, enter the drawing, and see why the St. Louis community has loved Vantage for almost 70 years. Thanks again to Vantage Credit Unions for supporting Too Many Men on the Mic. Membership eligibility required. Now, let's get back to the show.
St. Louis hockey families and business leaders, if you need custom gear that stands out and stands for something, it's time to meet 5B Designs. Founded by Shannon Brahini, a proud St. Louis mom and entrepreneur, 5B Designs is a woman-owned small business that brings purpose to custom apparel. Whether you're suiting up your youth or high school hockey team or leveling up your company's branded swag, 5B delivers top-notch quality with a personal touch. Need team stores? Not a problem. Corporate polos or event giveaways? They've got you covered. 5B makes it easy with fast turnaround, flexible service, and designs your players or employees will love to wear. Check them out at stores.inksoft.com/5B Designs. That's the word 5. And if you are watching on our YouTube feed, go ahead and scan the QR code on the top right-hand corner of the screen and see what great gear and great service looks like. Real quick before we jump back in, if you're enjoying Too Many Men on the Mic, hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. It's a quick click for you, but it helps us grow the show and keep bringing you great hockey conversations. You can also follow us on Instagram by scanning the QR code on your screen. And be sure to download, follow, and rate the podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeartMusic, or wherever you get your podcasts. Or you can go directly to our website, www.tooManyMenOnTheMic.com. That's the number 2. Those small things from you help us keep delivering new guests, downloadable coaching content, and more from the rink. All right, back to the show.
It's Too Many Men on the Mic Hockey Trivia Time. Now here's your host, Grant the Killer Salsman.
Killer.
Hello,
There he
hello,
is.
Hello. Thank you. Where's my applause? Oh. Thank you. And without further ado,
Drew?
the trivia today will be hockey themed, but you both will have different sets of trivia because I believe Coach Drew is a St. Louis Blues fan and
Correct.
Coach Jared is a Detroit Red Wings fan. So I'll be seeing
the dead things.
how well each of you know your respective hockey club. We are going to start. We'll go every other. We'll start here with Coach Drew, testing his knowledge of the St. Louis Blues. Coach Drew, which St. Louis Blues player holds the record for most career points with the franchise?
With the franchise?
Most career points with the franchise. I'm going to say that's Brett Hull.
Can you say that one more time? I apologize.
Brett Hull.
It is Bernie Fedorko with 1,073 points.
Wow, Bernie's got more than Brett. How about that?
For the Blues.
For the Blues, yeah.
For the Blues.
They both played for the Red Wings, too.
I know, but I mean, Brett had a lot of points for the Blues.
He did.
Um,
He used to say, this is all I have to do in the gym because I do this 86 times a year. For those of you listening at home, I was just raising my hands in celebration.
He was celebrating.
Celebrating.
Coach Jared, who was
Yes.
the first Red Wings player to win the Hart Trophy as NHL MVP?
First Red Wings player to win the NHL MVP. Can I get a year?
No.
Wow. Well, Hart Trophy MVP. I'm gonna say Lindsay.
It's Gordie Howe, 1952.
When in doubt, just go with the greatest hockey player of all time. In Wayne Gretzky's opinion, Mr. Hockey.
Yeah.
When in doubt, go with Mr. Hockey.
That's right.
He's trying to be too cute.
Okay, Coach Drew. Where do I want to go here? Okay. Who was the first Blues player in franchise history to win the Calder Trophy?
Ooh. That's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
For those of you listening at home, the Calder Trophy is Rookie of the Year. We're talking guys like Teemu Selanne,
Blues player?
Mario
To
Lemieux.
win the Calder.
Not Sidney Crosby, though. This is
Didn't need an answer there.
I'm stumped. I truly am stumped. I don't know who that would be, but I gotta put an answer in there. A Plager.
It's Barrett Jackman.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So no Blues players until Barrett. Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great question.
That was an excellent question.
Yeah.
You've got yourself a new job.
Seriously. Can you play Padel or Pickle good too?
I feel like I could.
I'm
better at.
Here we go. I love it. I love it.
Better at basketball.
That's what we
than
call
I
a
am.
softball.
He didn't fall down on the ice, so now he can do anything.
I'm better at racquetball than I am pickleball. Just so
There we go.
Here come the qualifiers.
You're better at the 80s dad sports.
Well, I feel like there's more movement in racquetball.
Probably like
than there's
volleyball, too.
pickleball.
So I have to know, do you wear a headband when you play?
No.
Okay.
No
I
Rex
wear a
specs?
hat.
Rex specs?
No.
Ooh.
Okay, Coach Jared. Who was the first European-born captain of the Detroit Red Wings?
Nicholas, not Nicholas Lidstrom.
I'm struggling to find my.
It's Nicholas Lidstrom. Has to be.
That's going to be the correct answer because I can't find it. That is correct. Oh,
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Okay.
Nicely done.
1-0 through a couple questions here. All right, Coach Drew. Who scored the opening goal of Game 7 of the 2019 Stanley Cup Final?
The opening goal.
It was at the end of the first period.
Did
It was
they
largely
ask you? Oh, I know who it is.
end
Ryan,
of the first period, largely dominated by the Bruins. The Blues struck first.
O'Reilly.
Can I answer it? Can I answer it?
Yeah, you don't get points for it though. You can't steal.
Was it Petrangelo?
No, it was Braden Shen.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
I know Petro scored.
No.
Uh-oh, here we go. We're going to pull up the hockey
That
DB.
is not right. O'Reilly got it off a tip.
All right, hang on.
1 second. To be fair, I looked these up and
We have a
They
challenge
might-
here. We have an offside challenge.
No, it was off a tip. Petrangelo got the second goal. Shen got the third.
Who got the last? You know who got the last? You answered this.
let's see. Hold on.
I've got the box score right here.
It is Ryan O'Reilly. Okay.
Oh!
How about that?
And
Look
that
at
is
that.
a lesson.
Zach Sanford scored the last one.
That is a lesson to everyone out there why you should not use ChatGPT.
Wow.
That's why you shouldn't use ChatGPT.
And it was
Just
off
want
the
everyone to
tip.
know that.
So I was wondering if maybe they gave it to the shooter versus the one that got the tip. So yes,
1-1.
It's 1-1, but I've got a chance to I gotta keep my lead here, right?
Yes, you can keep your lead here. Okay. Coach Jared, same thing. Who scored the game-winning goal of the 1997 Stanley Cup Final?
Against the Flyers. The game-winning goal. Was it? It's either Darren McCarty. It was Darren McCarty.
Nice.
That's
It was
going back
Darren
a ways.
McCarty. Yeah. It was
D-Mac.
Darren McCarty.
And it was like this goal that everybody was like, how did he score that goal? He like walked two guys and it was amazing.
Love it.
So D-Mac.
Okay. Coach Drew, I'm going to ask a similar question.
Okay.
Who scored the Blues' game-winning goal in double overtime against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the 1981 playoffs? Would this have been 10-year-old Coach Drew, maybe?
That would have been 9-year-old.
9-year-old? Okay.
Okay, so tell me again, 81, and say the question one more time.
Who scored the game-winning goal of a double overtime game in the 1981 Stanley Cup playoffs against the Pittsburgh Penguins?
81. Perry Turnbull.
It's Mike Crombie scored the game.
Mike Crombie.
Mike Crombie.
Crombie.
That was a good question.
I had his
one.
I had his hockey card.
Okay.
His OPG.
Coach Jared leads 2-1. Where can I stump Coach Jared?
Not hard.
See.
It's not hard.
Let's see. Coach Jared, who's the oldest player to ever appear in a game for the Detroit Red Wings?
Oldest player to ever appear in a game for the Detroit Red Wings. When did Howe go to the WHA? It's either Gordie Howe or Chris Chelios. And Chris Chelios was the oldest player ever to play in a playoff game. I'm gonna regret this, but because I'm just breaking my rule. But when in doubt, you should go with Mr. Hockey. But I'm gonna go Chris Chelios.
It's Gordie Howe.
Gordie Howe. See, I told you, I'm trying to be too smart.
All right. Through 4 questions, it's 2-1. Coach Jared, Coach Drew. Brett Hull scored 72 goals in 1990. Whose Blues single-season goal record did he break that season? It was 55 goals was the single-season goal record before Brett Hull scored 70.
Bernie Federico.
I think I know. It's Brett
Coach Jared?
Hull. It's Brett Hull.
No, it was Wayne Babbage.
Brett Hull didn't score 50 goals before he scored 70. Are you kidding me?
That's what NHL.com has.
All right, I believe it then. But Babbage was good.
Babbage was good. He had he had
He had an awesome mustache.
Oh, he had a great mustache.
He had great lip sweater was top notch. His lip sweater was top notch.
Okay. Coach Jared.
Yes.
Which no. That one, I can't ask that one.
Why not?
Okay. Who was Nope. Sorry. I've asked a lot of Red Wings history is kind of the same history because I was about to ask a question with Gordie Howe as the answer again.
What'd you get with Mr. Hockey?
Yeah.
Let's see if you can get this one. I'd be very impressed. Which Detroit player scored the triple overtime winning goal in Game 6 of the 1950 Stanley Cup Final, which clinched the Stanley Cup for the Detroit Red Wings? 1950.
1950.
You asked me to keep it 1972 and onward.
Yeah,
but
apparently that's not going to
well,
happen.
with your own squad, you should know the history. Like I know the 1942 Cardinals roster who won the World Series.
Sure. So I'm gonna say it was.
I know this name. If that is any hint.
It's either okay. It's not Gordie Howe. So it would be 1950. I'm going to go Sid Abel.
Pete Babando.
Pete Babando.
Okay, this is our last round of questions here.
I think they
2-1.
they picked him up from Toronto.
It's 2-1. So Coach Drew has to get this right to put the pressure on Coach Jared.
Go.
Let's go.
We gotta go to OT though too.
We won't be done.
We gotta go to OT. Gotta go to OT.
Ooh. Okay.
Give the audience what they want, man. Come on, let's go.
Coach Drew. Ooh, there's two in that. They're both kind of tough. I don't know which one you would get. I think you might know this one. Okay. Which Blues player broke the NHL consecutive games record in 1976, playing in his 631st consecutive game?
Jesus.
Okay, you don't know this one. You know what? I'm going to pivot. I'm going to axe it out. If you don't get this one, you were well and alive, and this was your teenage years during this question, okay?
Okay.
Which Blues defenseman scored the overtime winner in the famous 1986 Monday Night Miracle game?
Monday Night Miracle was, you said he was a defenseman? No, Doug Wickenheiser.
Let me see. One second. Yes, that's correct. I don't know why they have him listed as a defenseman, but Doug Wickenheiser is correct.
Doug Wickenheiser.
So
yes.
We're not in overtime. I can win.
Jared can.
I can win it.
Whoa.
Jared can win it right here.
We're in a walk-off situation. We're in the bottom of the ninth here. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. The Red Wings' famous 11-game winning streak in the 1995-1996 season ended against what team?
That's a great question.
95-96.
Hartford around? Hartford was so
Yeah, it's somebody that was not. They were. San Jose Sharks.
We're going overtime. It was the New Jersey Devils.
Okay.
They also beat him in the Stanley Cup Finals that year.
Okay. Let me I'm crafting up. Actually, I
before.
can ask the question now while I search it up. The tiebreaker is going to be how many all-time wins do the Blues and the Red Wings respectively have? You each answer for Coach Drew will answer for the Blues, Coach Jared for the Red Wings. You can go over. It's not price or right rules. It's closest to the pen.
Closest to the pen. All right, hang on a second.
As of last year.
Yes.
Okay. So
I want how many wins they have. I don't care.
not including regular season, not including playoffs.
Yes.
Doesn't include playoffs, right? Regular season. All right.
Doing some math here. I'm trying to find out the answer as well.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna. The Wings should be an easier one because they've been around 100 years. And the Blues are just finished up their 50th, right?
A little over 59 seasons.
59. So I was going to say 60th year. So almost their 60th year, right? All right.
Closest to the pin.
Closest to the pin.
Okay.
Doesn't matter you over or under. It's just the closest to the pin.
Yes.
And this
Coach Drew, I want to hear yours first.
Total wins, right?
Not including playoffs, regular season only.
Not
Regular
including playoffs.
season only.
Overtime wins count.
Those cheapies.
Okay. Here's my number: 2,537.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, 2,537.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say including overtime wins, over 100-year history, the Red Wings have 624 wins.
They have 624 wins.
624 wins. No, I'm sorry. No, wait, hang on. 160. Yeah, 6,240. 6,240 wins. 6,240 wins.
I was concerned about you.
I'm
and
sorry. Gotta add the extra zero. Mass undefeated. 6,240 wins.
Not even close. Coach Drew, is our victor.
What's the total wins for both?
The Detroit Red Wings have 3,177 wins. The St. Louis Blues have 2,139.
Because for 40 plus years of the Detroit Red Wings existence, they played like 40 games instead of 8. So I was doing, So I got to factor in the number of games. I was going average games like 70. But nah. Okay. Well, hey, well done. Well done.
No, that was good. I like it. I mean,
that was some good trivia.
You got a victory.
I know.
That's good.
I know.
You're on the board.
And great questions.
Very good. Very good questions.
Thank
Well,
you.
we've got we talked about this earlier with the season upon us, and one of the things that I know we're starting to go through. We're gonna have a coaches meeting next week for Ladue. Obviously with the Eagles and with your son's Afton team and the Rockets teams, we're all kind of like thinking about our what type of teams we want to coach, what's the persona of our teams. And one of the things
the identity.
One of the things that I was using persona because I was working on ICP personas today. Too much going on. But one of the things that I was thinking about as I was out on the ice last night or 2 nights ago is we don't talk about this enough, but we need to get our kids, and I would encourage our coaches to get our kids to tell every shift you're finishing at the other player's net, other team's net. Finish at the net. And I think if you have that mentality, we always talk about a good shift. It's about your shift playing in the offensive zone as much as possible and trying to finish at the net, whether it's a goal, whether it's a scrum, whether it's a shot that gets saved and you're driving the net. Every shift, we should be trying to finish at the net.
Yeah, and I think those two things you can combine. I mean, I think you make a good point when you say a good shift. What I would encourage hockey coaches to do is set that expectation, define what a good shift means to your players, because otherwise you might have kids looking around going, I don't know what a good shift is. Maybe I just need to skate really hard, and that's a good shift. So if you're a coach, frame that expectation. But where I think it's connected is those are some identity kind of things.
Yeah.
So our identity as a team on a good shift is to finish at the net. A coach you and I both know, John Mattingly, I think does a great job. I've heard him talk about how he has kids literally do word association, and they'll come up to a marker board and write down, or maybe, stick a word on first on puck, back checking. You pick however way you want to define it, but then all the kids come up to the board, they write something down or put a sticker up, and then after everybody's gone, you look at the board and say, okay,
yeah,
this is who we are. How many did we have of the same word or the same sticker that was put on? And you let your players in that case kind of define your identity. For younger kids, I think you probably need a little bit more of a coach's hand in that to say, good teams I have seen as a coach exhibit these kinds of characteristics, and kind of explain and set that expectation with your players.
Yeah, I love the association, the word association, and you start to create these themes amongst your players and the teams. We did something similar. I ironically took that from John as well. We actually created a like almost like a letter that the team all signed. And I think it's important at this time of year. every team's unique. Every player's unique. And so when you get these unique players on these teams year to year, you have this opportunity as a coach to kind of, it's almost refreshing every season. You're doing things similar, but you're also able to take the identity and the personalities of your team and coach to that. One of the things though, as you look at some foundational stuff, and as we're heading into September, coaches tend to work on, conditioning and skill work. And, in the old days, we would, our skating drills would be cones and you'd have edges and you're skating the circles. And I think that the game has evolved so much that we're starting to do things in a little bit smaller areas with skating. So for instance, Monday we had, 2v2, they would go and they do their edge works around a tire, and then they would go up and do a tight turn around another tire. But rather than just have it be a race, you throw a puck out there and you say, okay, go get the bone. Go see who can get this bone and can fight for it. Not just win the puck first on puck, but if you're not first on puck, what are you doing? And these kids are learning their edge work and they're working on their skating, and they're working on some of their skills without even knowing it. And Tim Bayless, the guy I coach with, he likes to say, we're putting the vegetables in with the ice cream, because they're getting this work without even knowing it. And so, we have this great opportunity, this great on-ramp now as the season starts. And I'm excited to take some new things from last year and from some of the coaches that we've talked to and instill it with Ledoux. And really, really get us going on the right path.
Yeah, and I love how you talked about extending that drill and turning it into something else. I would just extend that even further. Don't forget to have fun.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the beginning of the season. I know everybody's excited. I know everybody wants to get going. Here we are talking about team identity and conquering the league we're in and how many wins we're going to get. Don't forget to have fun along the way. Somewhere Bob Mancini's ears are burning because he is USA's hockey's ambassador of fun. And so find a way to make your practices interesting. I am challenging both of us. You said it a couple weeks ago on multi-puck.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, that's brilliant.
Yep.
Multi-puck.
Play with more pucks.
We should throw like 4 pucks on the ice and then come up with a drill. That sounds like fun to me. I think the kids would enjoy it too. And if you really draw it out, a good multi-puck practice plan that's out there, that might be something that we can implement. So for a future episode,
for sure,
I'm going to find something that we can do, because that to me sounds like fun. So don't forget to have fun out there with your teams. I know you're planning, right? Hockey season's right around the corner. Make sure the kids are having fun.
Well, and that's a great segue, because we are about to have a lot of fun. It's a little bit of a tease for our next week's episode, but if you are if you're under the age of 30, I would say, and you follow Instagram or TikTok and you're a hockey player, you might know the folks who we're going to have on next week. Their group starts with the word the and ends with the word guys. And what we do is right in between. So we're going to have some of the guys from the Hockey Guys on. And we're super excited because these are young adults, guys who are recently out of college, young men who are taking the sport we love and taking it up a notch, I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have some of the guys from the Hockey Guys on the show next week. You're not going to want to miss it. We're also going to have a huge sponsorship announcement to share, which is not just going to be for the kids and the coaches, but parents.
Oh yeah.
Think of those hockey tournament trips after a long night in the lobby and you got to get up at 6 a.m. We may have you covered.
This is a good one for mom and dad.
Absolutely a good one for mom and dad. But congratulations on your first W from trivia.
I love it. And I love the questions. Those were good ones.
Great questions. Thanks again to Ryan from Padel and Pickle. We're looking forward to growing that relationship. And if you're a hockey player or a hockey family or anyone in St. Louis that listens to our show, go check them out at padelandpickleclub.com and think about giving them a chance as an alternative to bowling, as we found out.
I love bowling, but I also love hearing about Padel. So
absolutely,
there's a future stupid hockey tricks, Padel
there's
style.
absolutely
That's
and
coming your way.
Going
soon.
to involve Grant. I don't care
Absolutely.
what he says. So, Grant, great show, great job, Killer, with your trivia questions. We will see everybody. It'll hopefully see you guys around the rinks. Hear from you next week. We've got some great things that are happening in the month of September that we're going to tease out. Thanks again to Vantage Credit Union, 5B Designs, Drift Hockey, who is always in our thoughts, even if we're not drawing up a drill. And again, thanks to Padel and Pickle and Ryan for coming on. Grant, play the song. Let's go.